Okay, it's Andy Graham. I'm in Deong, Togo, West Africa in the north. I'm going to leave my friends here. They got all this food I'm eating, and I just can't figure out a way to keep talking. Bonjour. Okay, Bill S. from Queens, New York asked a very good question. He says, when did you first start traveling? I first started traveling, I think, in 1998. And I didn't really start traveling. I went to Mexico because I'd been there 20 years before when I was about 27. And went to a beach called Pia de la Cuesta. And I parked it. And really, I think I was decompressing my brain from, I don't know, 14 years of being in the real estate business and basically hating every minute of it. I didn't really hate. I liked the challenge of selling stuff, but I didn't enjoy. I don't enjoy the idea that I have to strive all the time, and it was my own fault. I mean, we are told we must go to university. We are told we must somehow be better than everybody around us. So I was told I got to go to university, so I go to Indiana University. I'm told I should get straight A's, 4.0 and all this stuff. I'm told all along that I'm supposed to be the best football player, the best basketball player, and whatever. And in a way, what I did in real estate in America was I became the best of the best. That didn't mean I had any money management skills, but I did make $180,000, $200,000 a year for a few years in a row, and pissed it all away. So when I went to, the first time I started traveling, I didn't start traveling, I really just went on a sabbatical to Pia de la Cuesta, where I had laid 20 years before, drunk out of my brain. One of the cheapest places on the planet at the time. Now it's incredibly expensive. And I wonder if this business is closed. Maybe I can go there and sit. Yeah, I think I can. Oh, what a great place. Okay, so what I did is I'm going to set this over here, and I'll shut this off for a second. I was kind of wearing out my welcome over there because people, you know, accommodate the white people here in Africa too much. But okay, so I took off traveling. I went to Pia de la Cuesta, where I was wanting to live, and I wanted to start a hotel. I wanted to start a hostel, and I wanted to live on the beach and basically do my real estate skills, but being on the beach, being in paradise, and being in a cheap place to live. Mexico turned out to be one of the worst places I've ever been. Out of the 90 countries I've ever been, on hindsight, I spent about a year and a half in Mexico, a year traveling all around Mexico, and it's one of the most corrupt places, one of the most violent places, one of the most drunk places I've ever been. So, somewhere after about a year, maybe 2000, year 2000, I took off, headed south. I was following a couple New Zealand people down to Playa del Carmen. I hung out, didn't have any money, ran out of money. I really thought I thought I was going home, I guess, so I spent all my money that I had saved up. And in this year time, I basically unhooked from everything I owned at home. So I mean, I had to basically lose a lot of money. I just dumped it. I walked away, proved that I didn't care about money, and I just left everything. I got some boys. Hey, bonsoir. Bonsoir. Say football. Okay, I got some friends here. Okay, so at some point along the line, I decided to start moving, and then at some point along the line, I learned about the Lonely Planet, and I learned about something that the American people don't know. There's people that wander the planet, following the Lonely Planet, Rough Guide, Footprints, these guidebooks, and Europeans have been doing it for years, and Americans just never understood it. They've always been flashpackers. A flashpacker is somebody that wants to prove that they went expensive and traveled, and they can come home and tell everybody I went on this great vacation. Backpacking is an experience that you do It's like a rites of passage, and it's encouraged in Europe. In America, the rites of passage is become an attorney and join the rat race. Prove that you can push your buddy down. Okay? And I got really good at that. That's why I left. And I realized I could just keep pushing them down, and I could push my way up, and it was just a crab theory. Crabs can't get out of a bucket because nobody will let the other crab escape. Okay, I went. When did I start to know I wanted to travel full time? I think after 4 years of travel. I always wanted to travel full time. It's the money question. One day, Steve in Bangkok showed me Google AdSense, and I earned $5 that day, and I knew I could travel for the rest of my life. As long as I have $5 a day, I can live outside the United States and prove to you that I just don't give a shit about money. I don't care about money, I care about living. I live an experience. So only when I knew I had enough money to continue to travel did I really say I was full-time. Up to that point, I was in fear of going home, and I've always been in fear that I would run out of money. And because the operative thing for travel is money. And if you have $500 a month and good health, you can travel anywhere and you're not addicted to conspicuous consumption. So he wants me to do, how do I feel about leaving my career in traditional life? Careers are highly overrated. I tell young people, screw your mother and father. Being an attorney, being a doctor, being the best of anything is sometimes masturbation. The only person that cares about it is you. At the end of the day, when you finally get at the top of the peak, you're by yourself because you passed everybody around you. You left them all behind. I was better than all the people around me. I was the best real estate there was in Fort Wayne, one of the best skill sets. That doesn't mean I made the most money, but I had the most skills because I applied myself, and I was the master of my trade. But I was alone. I didn't have anybody to even talk to. So basically, I just kept moving away. Now I look for what I have in common with people, not how I can leave them behind by achieving a higher social status. So I'm here in Africa trying to find out what I have in common with them. I'll go to Europe and I have a common. I can talk with the mayor, I can talk with the President of the United States, and I'll find some kind of common ground. And I have the ego strength to do that. I think you learn ego strength because you adapt and you learn to handle situations. There's nothing more, nothing would be better than to send your son on a backpacking tour of Central and South America where everybody robs you all the time and make him stay away for a year, because he's constantly going to have to live outside the box, adapt, be innovative, inventive, and come up with solutions to things that he does. And when he comes back home, it's going to be a piece of cake. That doesn't mean he's going to get rid of his social status, desire, and want to be the lawyer, the doctor, the whatever. If he really loves to be a doctor, he's going to be a doctor. If he really loves to be a lawyer, he's going to be a lawyer. I remember talking to my friend Bill, what is his name? I have like 10 friends that are attorneys in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Bruce S. I was talking about my real estate business, and I like talking about it. And he says, why do you have to always talk business? I says, Bruce, it's not my fault you hate being a lawyer. I go, but I like being an attorney. I like being a real estate broker because of the challenge of dealing with negotiations. Negotiations is what I deal with every day right now. Everything I negotiate in my daily life, I negotiate my hotel, and I live absolutely where I want it. And people think that I'm living here because of some sort of, I'm saving the world. No, I'm living here because I enjoy it. I enjoy the challenge, and I enjoy, there's girls everywhere here. It's like a dreamland for a 58-year-old guy. It's just, but I have to negotiate the best quality room at the best price. I got a really excellent room right now. I think it's better than the Complimont, which is probably $20, and the room's cooler because it's got a concrete roof and they got a steel roof. And I'm sitting there going, you know, some guys are just really stupid. What's funny is you can live in a really excellent hotel, then go to the expensive hotel and hang out in the swimming pool. I did this in Thailand all the time. You don't have, you know, why do you want to live in a cluster, the Charlie Foxtrot, when you can live in a nice, quiet hotel in a great room and pay $10 and then walk in and enjoy the benefits of living in a 5-star hotel? But leaving my career was painful because there was no way to do it gracefully. Very many people, many people were angry at me. Some of my best friends were the most angry because I had the dream job. I had complete freedom to go anywhere I wanted to do, and they're angry at me because they thought I was living the dream and I was in hell. Now I have no regrets. I have regrets about being in real estate for 15 years because I didn't really produce anything. I mean, I had a mental challenge, but making pots, making a tree, making wood furniture, making something you have pride in that's artistic is value. Being a farmer is a value. I always liked working on the farm because it was always, when I was a kid, I worked on the farm for about 12 years. Leaving the career, I missed the power of the career. I miss talking with the power brokers at Fort Wayne, Indiana. I knew the mayor. I knew many of the politicians in the state of Indiana, and I had to respect. And I was a guy that lost his license for 10 years and got for drunk driving and was in house arrest for a year. I rode around on a moped for 5 years, so I had gained respect. I had reached to the top where I could actually, call up the mayor and go have an appointment with them, sit around in a restaurant, people come up and shake my hand, and on the other side I was bored. Okay, traditional lifestyle. I don't know what the hell that is. Traditional lifestyle is fitting in, right? Everybody wants you to be different, but then they say what they really want to do is fit in and be part of the huddle. I only live by my own checkpoint. I only care about the things I put on my list for me to do. What you do is what you do, and I respect what you do, and I don't try to enmesh these things. Most people only compare their self-esteem by how other people look at them. Really, Warren Buffett said something, I forget, in his one book. He basically said, he said something that you must have your own inner scorecard. And you set up when I was 21, I put a list of all my goals in life, and I didn't do them all, but I knew them, and I basically knocked them off as I went up to age 58. I still have a lot of goals, and I have a lot of dreams, and I have a lot of hopes, but today, I know that I only get today, and I don't have a deferred life plan. And that's the sad part about Americans, is they deferred life. They think that some way, someday, they're working today for tomorrow, and they really just kill today. Everybody dreams about doing what I'm doing, and they think it's some sort of great planning. No, it's an escape. You got to escape the stupid around you. Everybody around you is an idiot in a rat race. They're on this treadmill, going around and around and around, getting nowhere, and they're going to just die, and their body's going to run out, and they're going to do it. So you can do it anywhere. Traditional life. I mean, come on. Let's talk about the traditional life of clean sheets, a wash machine. I love a wash machine and a dryer. I bought one in Togo, and I thought about carrying it with me through Africa. I mean, you could. I really could carry a whole wash machine with me. And I don't I don't miss much of that. I get better at it. I mean, if the skill sets I got is that what I do is I come into a place like this, it's just full of dusty dirt and trash, and I go in and I find the absolute paradise room. Not the first day, but after 2 or 3 days for $10 a night, and it's paradise because it's easy to afford. You never have any regrets, so you stay as long as you want. If you're in a hotel and in the back of your mind is you're running out of money, that is painful. I never have that I gotta leave because I'm running out of money, because that's paradise. Okay, so but I search for the traditional creature comforts, queen sheets. I'm even thinking about carrying a fitted queen size sheet with me all the time, and a top sheet, so I can always have a sheet that stays on my bed. I really despise the fact that most hotels just put flat sheets on there. You jump in the bed, the thing pops off. And each year I carry hangers now. I got about 15 hangers. Golly, that was one of the... It took me 15 years to learn to carry 15 hangers. And you know, they have those suitcases, right, which show hangers in there that the business travelers... Yeah, but I just didn't really do it. I've been complaining because they don't give hangers, but I just never really thought, carry the hangers. But you got to have a big backpack big enough to carry it. But Bill S. from Queens, New York... you got to have a life worth living and no regrets. If you have regrets about what you're doing right now, stop it. You don't have 2 lives, guy. This is where I just sat to make that video for How Did I Start Traveling.
Tonight, let's flip